I'm such a fan of this guy, and I've told it to his face when I've had fortune to be in his presence. One of the greatest, I think, compliments you can give an actor is he or she is great in everything. And that includes The Protégé, which I saw last night in advance of this interview. It's available in theaters this Friday, starring Maggie Q, Samuel L. Jackson, and this man, Michael Keaton, here on The Rich Eisen Show. How have you been, sir?
Good, man. How are you? I haven't seen you for a while.
It's been way too long.
Were you just talking about Paul Rudd?
Yeah, Rudd is a diehard Chiefs guy, but he grew up loving the Steelers, and he knew them like left, right, up, and down by name and number and everything.
I knew I liked this guy. Seriously, he makes me laugh. One day, we were standing there somewhere at some event somewhere, and I had never met him, but we kind of nodded at each other across the room.
Yeah.
And the person I was with and I walked over because she had commented. She said, "Paul Rudd has the greatest skin." and so I said, "Oh, this is perfect." So I went over and said, "Hey, it's nice to meet you, but more importantly, can I say, you've the nicest skin."
So did you talk moisturizers with him? Is that what you're saying?
Well, that's right. Of course, obviously, that's where it went. Yes.
How do you moisturize, Paul?
Exactly. He was very funny. And now, man, he's a Steeler fan. That's really
he's Mr. Kansas City, and he loves his Chiefs, but I had no idea he grew up with the Steelers. So what do you think of your team going into this season?
I was going to ask you, or should I worry? Here's the only thing I'm worried about.
Yes.
And boy, maybe I'm going to get in trouble for this, but boy, that wouldn't be the first time. Dude's 39, right? Something like that.
He is definitely pushing 40.
But that's okay because when you go, when you talk about a couple of quarterbacks like the one we are, the probably best, you go, dude's like 40, and you go, yeah, but I'm sorry, man. Forget that number when it comes to him. With Ben, I'm not sure he has that regimen enough that,
Exactly. The two words you don't usually associate with Ben Roethlisberger, Michael Keaton, are health and nut. That's
right.
You know what I mean? So
right.
So the question is what will happen? But he does look more in shape.
Yeah.
And here's the one guy that I'm pegging, okay. For the Steelers.
Okay.
It's Najee Harris, the kid that they drafted.
Yeah.
Because this is the way to get Ben to stop, and the offense maybe, to stop winging it around 50 times a game, despite how talented their receivers may be. And just give it to this kid and go back to the old school, and start hitting people in the mouth. That's the way.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that's the way I think. Tomlin, I think deep down, that's the way he wants to play it, too.
Yeah.
And
that's changed now, right? I mean, the running backs. Remember, man, you went after a running back. That's who you wanted. You sought those guys out. Now the game's so different. I think people go, running back. If I get a couple of years out of one, he'll get all beat up, and we'll move on to the next kid. There's always going to be some really fast kid and some really good kids in every draft. That's the way it seems to go because it's such a throwing game now. But I don't know. Look. Let's hope, but they kind of improved the line a little bit, right?
Yes, they did, and they get Devin Bush back in the middle of that defense.
We love.
Exactly right, and I love Joe Hayden, man. I think he's like a unicorn back there, and year 12 for him. I don't know, and obviously T.J. Watt. They're kind of like the shrug emoji team. They could be dreadful, based on maybe getting hurt. With some important players, or they could just be the surprise of 2021 and a nice little throwback for
That would be awesome. By the way,
yes,
that's the first. Did you coin shrug emoji?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll ask my guys around here. They're a shrug emoji team, right?
We've been kind of saying it for a little bit now.
Yes, I did coin it. Yes, Michael Keaton.
I love that.
Yes,
that's a shrug emoji because there are some emojis that will just never happen. Like. Let me think this over. I'll get right back to you. Emoji. That's way too complicated.
I would love that. That would be a nice little shorthand for that sort of thing.
You could put people off for a long time.
Michael Keaton here on the Rich Eisen Show. I love this movie, brother.
Thanks.
The Protégé.
Yeah.
It's directed by the same director of Casino Royale, and it does have a great spy thriller, kick-ass vibe to it with Maggie Q, you, and Samuel L. Jackson. Why did you say yes to this one? Why did you say let's do it?
Well, because that guy really can direct this stuff, and I thought, wait, have I done this exactly? And when I saw it, I thought, oh, this is fun writing. It's kind of clever. And I thought, have I done this? And I thought to myself, I'm not sure I really have done this kind of movie character. So I thought, well, let me see if I can get away with one more until they all figure me out. Just like
well, you are moving around, man, and you're doing some nifty maneuvers, and fight scenes, and then in terms of the writing, there's a scene with you and Maggie Q in a restaurant, in a diner. You're eating, or not eating, but you're having dinner in quotes. And my wife and I were watching it, and we're like, that was a hell of a scene, like the back and forth that the two of you have.
Oh, that's cool
scene.
that a woman saw it and liked it.
She did.
That's encouraging.
My wife did, indeed, yes.
That's good. That is a good scene. That gets pointed out quite a bit. That's what I mean. I read it and I thought, oh, this could be fun. I haven't quite played this guy. Yeah, it's good. And as far as the other stuff, the physical stuff, let's face it, which one of us did? Who of us men, goofy, stupid men, didn't grow up and go, wouldn't it be cool if I could just beat the out of a bunch of bad guys?
In a tux. In a tux. Don't forget the tux. Don't forget the tux.
Yeah, it just looks so cool doing it.
Right.
Let me see if I can do that one time.
And it's in theaters near you this Friday, August 20th. Again, The Protégé, great movie. Maggie Q, Samuel L. Jackson, and Michael Keaton here on The Rich Eisen Show. If you would not mind indulging me,
Sure.
We have a game here called Celebrity True or False, where it's kind of a way for us to go through somebody's filmography, and you have a vast one.
And police records, I think.
And there's a lot of stuff that people are wondering if it's true or false that's out there on your biographies and stuff like that.
Sure.
Okay, we even have a nice fun little drop for that sort of thing right here. Michael Keaton on the Rich Eisen Show with Celebrity True or False.
Celebrity True or False?
You can't handle the truth.
Okay. Do you like our production value, Michael? Do you like the production value?
Awesome.
Okay. Here's the first one. Michael Keaton, Celebrity True or False. You got your acting start playing one of the Flying Zucchini Brothers on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Mostly true.
Okay. Mostly true. What's the mostly true part
Well, I was
about
doing
it?
plays at the same time. If you want to call being one of the Zooks acting, that's okay with me.
Now, this is a Pittsburgh legend, though, right?
Oh,
Mr. Rogers?
These guys were wild, man. They were so fun. And, that happened while we were all crew guys, which meant you did a wide variety of things. So most of them had been on the Mr. Rogers crew. You didn't work exclusively on that because you had to do everything. So one day, Nicky Tallow, who is a legendary character here in Pittsburgh, was tatted up and pierced way before everybody else. And he goes, he does this silly thing, and somebody bends over and picks up a wrench and flips it to him and goes, hey! And then somebody did it. So we started goofing around, inventing these ridiculous circus tricks. And we got, popular. And then we came up with these weird costumes, a lot of long underwear. And then we'd get hired like court jesters. Like we went to this really rich woman's party one time. And, by the way, walked off with a few things.
Sticky fingers are very fine if you're a Flying Zucchini Brother.
Yes, they are. Hey, we're some just crazy Italian guys who are trying to make a living. So that was that, and that was really fun. Those guys were really fun guys to hang out with.
Next one, Michael Keaton, Celebrity True or False. You originally turned down Beetlejuice and then ad-libbed 90% of the dialogue in the film. Is that true or false?
90 might be high. 90's high.
Okay.
But it's well over 50. But yes, that's true.
So why'd you turn it down and then ad-lib most of the film?
Well, couldn't understand what Tim was trying to describe, because if you think about it, let's say you never saw it and you had this idea. You be the guy saying, okay, here's what I'm trying to make. and I knew I liked him. I thought I just liked the guy, and I said, oh boy, this is some creative person, but I don't know what he's talking about. So so no thanks, but I enjoyed meeting you. And then somebody said, no, give it another shot. Just go talk to him. So I did, and I went, same thing. I like this guy, but I don't quite get what he's talking about. Then about the third one, I think, I said, oh, he threw out some stuff that was a little more specific, and I went, and by the way, he wasn't being coy about it. He was really trying hard, and I wasn't getting it. And then he gave me he said, I don't know, maybe this is, and I go, all right, give me the night to think this over. I got a couple ideas. So then I went home. I had the studio send me over a rack of clothing. I said, just go into the lot, grab me this, and then I was alone in my house acting. Can you imagine that? How's that picture, by the way? Me walking around like that by myself in my house. How sad is that? Then I thought, you know what? It's weird and kind of weirdly scary. Teeth that aren't too big, but just big enough to be really off-putting to someone. So I said, make me some like teeth, and then I had this idea for mold on my face, and I just said, all right. And I said, how about this? What do you think? And he goes, well, okay, we never rehearsed it. I just showed up and started doing that, and I thought, this is either going to work or not work. And Tim was awesome.
It worked. Went nuts. It worked. So which is your favorite ad-lib line? One that you're most proud of, if you can pick one out.
Well, I mean, that riff I kind of like when I do that. I'm kind of selling something. I dress up in some kind of really bad faux cowboy wear, and there's a cow, a big plastic cow thing, and I kind of made this goofy little song up because there was a guy in man, there's so many I can't remember. I do this really ridiculous dance that I love, but the thing I'm referring to, there was a guy in L.A. when I moved out there named Cal Worthington. I don't know if I remember this guy. He had a late night. It was always on late at night, and he sold cars. Yeah. And his thing was, I'll eat a bug. I'm Cal Worthington, and I'll eat a bug if you. And he would eat a bug if I forget what the deal was. And he'd wear a cowboy hat every once in a while. And I thought, I want to do something like that. I don't know what that is, but but there were so many, And then Tim was great because if you did something, he went, oh yes, do that, and then walk over here and do that. Like when I walk over and do the kick the tree over and go, I think there was some joke. It might have been nice model, but then I threw in the F word and grabbed my crotch. I thought, what somebody told me? I don't know if it's true or not. Somebody told me the censor, they used to send somebody into a screening room and that pick things and go, nope, can't do that. Nope, can't say that. Nope. Someone told me she fell asleep during that period and missed it. I don't know if that's true or not, but so we got away with saying that.
Oh, man. I've got two more for you here, Michael Keaton. Celebrity, true or false? True or false, you negotiated a break in your Batman contract in case the Pirates made the playoffs. Is that true?
That's true. Yeah, that was kind of an ongoing thing for several movies. But by the way, and that's when they were good. But imagine them doing it now. They'd go, fine, don't worry about that. We're good.
No problem. That's the first yes they get from legal. So, but this is back when, obviously, we're talking about the Bonds, Van Slyke, Pirates, right? That's what we're talking about.
They were in it. They were always in it.
Oh, man. The Jim Leland smoking heaters in between innings type.
Pittsburgh.
Okay. And then the last one for you, true or false, you and Martin Mull improvised the 220, 221, whatever it takes exchange in Mr. Mom. Is that true or false?
Totally Martin's line. Totally Martin Mull's line. He goes, we did. I ended up saying it, but he goes, I'll tell you what did get improvised. Like moments before, not improvised, I said to the prop guy, I said, I need something in this scene. This guy's really insecure right now. He's panicked. I think something, and I go, you don't have any tools, and give me and I was looking for some tools, and then either he mentioned a chainsaw or I did, and he was so great. He ran to the prop room, scrambled around, came out, and I said, yeah, perfect. And then he handed me the goggles. He said, you want these? I go, absolutely, give me those. So then we started shooting the scene and doing that, and that line, the setup is, so I'm telling him how I'm working on a house, and I don't know what I'm doing, and he says, so you're going to wire it, 220, and then I think originally what I did was I kind of fake it. I go, yeah, or something like that, and he leans over and he says, You know what you should say? Say 220, 221. You know, I think he's either I said whatever it takes or he did, but yeah, he came up with that.
Well, I mean, he's as legendary as they come, man. I mean, Martin Mull for the Fernwood tonight. I mean, and you've been just. This has been an amazing conversation, Michael, and I barely just scratching the surface on everything. Spotlight, Birdman are just incredible films.
Thanks.
You were in the Trial of the Chicago 7. I mean, obviously, what we just talked about as well, the Protégé. You also have Worth coming on Netflix in September, and then Dope Sick, which I'm already making appointment viewing for that on Hulu on October 13th.
Yeah, I've seen some of it. Honestly, it's awfully good. It's really, really good, and man, it's going to be eye-opening, I think, for a lot of people. Before I leave, you know what I keep asking people to mention, and sometimes they remember, and sometimes they don't. Mm-hmm. And I know this is a male-centric show, probably, but people don't talk about how great Terry Garr was, you know, and
Mr. Mom,
in Mr. Mom, but in all that stuff, Young Frankenstein. People forget, man. She was it. You know, she was funny and smart and witty and quirky and charming and great looking, and there are very few people that mention her now, like when they mention the really funny women. So I always try to mention her.
No question. We were talking about, again, prior to the show, like which one of your films from your way back in the day filmography we could ask you about. And I mentioned how terrific Terry Garr was beforehand.
Oh, good for you.
No question about it. Wasn't she was also, I think, in The Conversation, too, which is a great, brilliant movie that people don't talk about from Coppola.
And also that beautiful movie, she plays the mom. Doesn't she play the mom in Black Beauty? That really awesome with Mickey. I'm not kidding. This gorgeous movie about this kid and his horse. It's stunningly beautiful.
Yeah. I remember Young Frankenstein, as you point out, too.
Yeah,
I mean, my gosh.
man. All that,
I don't know if you're aware, too, but tomorrow is the 38th anniversary of the premiere of Mr. Mom, Michael Keaton.
Get out, really?
That's a fact.
Wow.
The day before the Protégé. There you go. Look at you.
That's a little classic. All right, I'm going to leave you alone.
Michael Keaton.
You're a good dog, man. I know that. You and I share that love of animals and dogs.
My wife and I, we have 2 beautiful rescues at home, and life is good. Certainly when we get a chance to connect. I'd love to do this again whenever you want, Michael Keaton. This place is open to you, and enjoy the Steelers season. We'll chat down the line.
Okay, man.
You got it. That's Michael Keaton, everybody. At Michael Keaton on Twitter, at Michael Keaton Douglas on Instagram. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.